Hello and welcome to What the F*** Just Happened Today, your essential guide to the daily shock and awe in national politics. I'm Joe Amditis. Let's get to it. It's Tuesday, March 23rd, 2021. Welcome to Day 63. Joe Biden called on Congress to immediately pass legislation that would close loopholes in gun background checks and ban the purchase of assault weapons, a day after the mass shooting at a grocery store in Boulder, Colorado, which left 10 people dead. Biden said, "I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common steps that will save lives in the future," adding that background checks should not be a partisan issue. It is an American issue. We have to act. Earlier this month, the House passed a pair of bills aimed at strengthening the nation's gun laws. One would expand background checks, and the other would extend the waiting period for background checks from 3 to 10 days. Both bills face opposition in the Senate, where they do not currently have the 60 votes needed to advance. Meanwhile, a Colorado judge blocked Boulder's ban on assault weapons 10 days ago. The gunman used an AR-15 rifle that he purchased 6 days ago. In 2018, following the school shooting in Parkland, Florida, the city of Boulder, Colorado passed an ordinance banning the possession, transfer, or sale of assault weapons and large-capacity magazines. But on March 12th, Boulder County District Judge Andrew Hartman sided with the plaintiffs, the Colorado State Shooting Association, and the Boulder-based Gun Sport of Colorado, and ruled that a 2003 state law banned cities and counties from restricting guns that are otherwise legal under federal and state law. Moving on, the second largest teachers union in the United States is not convinced that it's safe to reduce social distancing in schools down to just 3 feet between students. Last week, the CDC updated its guidance for social distancing in schools to prevent the spread of COVID-19 from 6 feet down to 3. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky, citing studies of limited virus transmission from the WHO and the American Academy of Pediatrics, said the updated recommendations provide the evidence-based roadmap to help schools reopen safely and remain open for in-person instruction. Randy Weingarten, president of the American Federation of Teachers, however, said they are not convinced that the evidence supports changing physical distancing requirements at this time. Weingarten said their concern is that the cited studies do not identify the baseline mitigation strategies that are needed to support 3 feet of physical distancing. Meanwhile, AstraZeneca's recent COVID-19 vaccine trial results may have included outdated information that provided an incomplete view of the efficacy in its announcement touting the shot has a 79% effectiveness against the coronavirus. This according to a statement from the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. AstraZeneca unveiled the interim results on Monday without conducting the full analysis requested by the Data and Safety Monitoring Board. While the company announced its vaccine was 79% effective, the panel said it had seen data showing the vaccine may be 69 to 74% effective and had strongly recommended that information be included in the news release. Dr. Anthony Fauci said this is really what you call an unforced error, because the fact is this is very likely a very good vaccine, and this kind of thing does, as you say, do nothing but really cast some doubt on the vaccines and maybe contributes to the hesitancy. Moving on, Postmaster General Louis DeJoy's 10-year strategic plan for the U.S. Postal Service includes higher postage rates, slower services, and reduced post office hours. DeJoy told the House Oversight and Reform Committee in February, "Does it make a difference if it's an extra day to get a letter? Because something has to change. We cannot keep doing the same thing we're doing." Meanwhile, lawyers for pro-Trump attorney Sidney Powell claimed that no reasonable person would believe that her false conspiracies about widespread election fraud were statements of fact. Powell also asked a federal court to dismiss a $1.3 billion defamation lawsuit filed against her by Dominion Voting Systems over her conspiracy theories. And finally, the Washington Post says the Trump administration impeded at least 9 key oversight investigations. Also, 11 inspectors general or their senior aides said hostility to oversight reached unprecedented levels during Trump's time in office. That's all for now. You can find the links and sources for all of these stories on the main website. And as always, visit whatthefjusthappenedtoday.com for the latest news and headlines. Until next time, I'm Joe Amditis.